Good afternoon, YouTubers. Tsquare here with Tsquare Talk. So we are at Max Barbecue today. I know a lot of people enjoyed the brisket videos. Everybody loved them. So I am getting a brisket smoked. I just had it smoked. We just took it off. And I'm going to have a professional cut it up. Now, there's a lot of different ways people cut up a brisket. However, I like mine cut the way they cut it because it really... The proper cutting techniques on a brisket, it makes a big difference. I've actually put it to the test with him so I could see what a bad cut one tasted like and then what a good cut brisket tastes like. So we're going to be cutting up this brisket today, and with us is Domingo, owner and operator of Max Barbecue, Rockport, Texas. So what are we going to be doing today?
Well, I'm going to show you how to slice this brisket. And the proper way of slicing the brisket is cutting against the grains. If you cut with the grains, you're going to have a tough piece of meat that's really tough. Okay? Now, we're going to take some of the fat off. And using that pan for that. Now, I'm going to save the fat for a little while. Okay? And you don't want to trim it too much. And what we do is we trim it as we go. And see, everything's against the grains. And we just put it in there like that. You want to bite?
I was honestly about ready to grab it.
And then we trim it, like there's a little piece back here of fat that we just cut out. See? Okay. Briskets are all the same. They all have the same 3 places of fat. And there's some right in here, and I'll be cutting it along as I go.
So talk to me a little bit about how much fat, when you cook a brisket, let's say you buy, this was probably what, 12 pounder?
12 pound, something like that. Yeah, give or take 11 pounders. You know, you have to have the brisket with lots of fat on it because the way we cook overnight, and what's going to happen, the brisket needs some protection from the heat, but it also needs the fat to keep the moisture in. If you cook something, it's going to draw moisture, and you need the fat to draw the moisture from the fat. Does that make sense?
Yep.
See?
Now, how much of the brisket out of a 12 pounder like this? I was cheap. I wanted a small one. Well, but how much do you think you lose?
You're probably going to lose about half of it.
You lose half a brisket.
Yeah, it's pretty close to it.
Is it the same? Do you still lose a half a brisket when you buy a big brisket? Or you'll still...
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
But the more fat, the better it is. There's a lot of briskets out there that have the market trim. They're called market trims. What they do is they trim all the fat off of it. And if you're going to cook it in a slow barbecue way, you're not going to have... you're going to have a dry piece of meat because the heat is drawing the moisture, and you're not going to have any fat to draw the moisture from.
Okay.
So now I'm moving to the bottom part of it, and I'm just slicing this up. And I'm leaving a little bit of fat on there. Some people like some of the fat on there, some people don't.
I love the fat personally. Yeah. But you guys know, I make a lot of the beef tallow with the fat anyway, so...
So in this, I just cut it in half like that because it's easier to handle. Because you don't want it to, I mean, especially us on the line, we don't want it to tear. But it's easier to slice it like that. And I'm just going to use it, like I said, I'm going to do something with it in a few minutes.
Now, normally... You don't cut it up back here and then bring it to the line. You cut it on the line.
Yes, we cut everything to order. This is probably one of the best pieces right here. Even though it looks fatty, but it's got a lot of flavor in it. And so does this end right here. As a matter of fact, this is what we make the poor boys with, the marble part of it. Okay. This is a marble, this is a lean right here.
Oh, okay.
This is lean, and this is marble. Let me find, this is marble right here. Okay. Now, this is going to have more fat in there, and this is going to have less fat. But this is going to be more tender than this.
So this would kind of, if it was chicken, this would be more like dark meat versus
white.
Correct.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Okay.
And we use our fork as a guide.
Okay.
to slice the thinness of the meat.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Now, if you were picking this up, we would put this fat on here.
Okay.
And if you weren't going to serve it, like, let's say you're going to serve it in an hour or something like that, which we would put the fat on there like that, so that it's still going to continue to dry out, but at least this is going to have some moisture on it.
I gotcha.
And it goes all like that. See? All like that. That's it. That's pretty much everything.
Wow, that looks delicious.
And that's probably enough to feed. Depends on how it's served, but you could probably serve about 13 people out of that.
Wow. That is so good.
It just depends on how everything is served.
Now, if people bring in a brisket,
they can bring a brisket. We will cook it for them, and we will slice it up for them depending on what they want us to do.
Okay.
But we need it before they need it because it cooks overnight.
Okay. And you recommend get one with fat, don't get one trimmed.
They can call us here at the restaurant, and we will gladly tell them which ones to get.
Okay. And it's worth it. I mean, just bring them in, and you guys smoke it for you, so it's a great thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, Domingo, for your time.
Anytime.
And we'll have more videos coming up from here, too, in the future. So thank you all for watching. Hope to see you guys again on Tsquare Talk, and you guys have a great one.
Thank you.